Addison Rae addresses backlash following her appearance on The Tonight Show. Hey guys, welcome back to another shared news from home. Fans are not happy with Addison Rae after her appearance on The Tonight Show, and we're going to break down all the details. But before we get started, if you're new here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I am your host, Fiona Zaring, and I'm joined by the wonderful Gianna Gravellisi. Gianna, there is a lot to unpack with this one, so let's just dive right in. On Friday's episode of The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, Addison performed her new single, Obsessed, followed by 8 viral TikTok dances. After the episode premiered, not only were her and Jimmy criticized for how awkward the skit was, but TikTok users were quick to call out Addison and Jimmy, demanding that they give credit where it was due to the original creators of the dances. Gianna, how did you feel about the performance itself?
Well, it definitely was awkward. I know a lot of TikTok people and Twitter users were talking about that for sure. It was, Addison was dancing and it wasn't even to the original music. It was, Jimmy's band playing the music. So it was kind of like a soft jazz with these original hip hop songs. So it was really weird in that sense. And there was no dialogue between Jimmy and Addison during that time. Jimmy just had the signs that were saying each dance, and Addison would look at them and then look back and just start dancing. And it felt really robotic and definitely awkward. And I also immediately watching it was like, wait a second, she's doing all of these dances. Like, there's so many people out here that have created these dances that weren't her. And like, now she's getting all this attention. She's getting all the clout. I understand that that's her thing on TikTok. She's a dancer and, that's what TikTok is. It's just an app of creation. But I was just kind of feeling sorry for the people that created those dances. Because I know if it were me and Addison Rae was on TV doing my dance, I would feel very upset.
Yeah, and this is an ongoing conversation. This is not the first time that this exact dialogue out of a Jimmy Fallon appearance has happened. I mean, I'm thinking back to when Charlie went on the show and did the same challenge, and we were in the same place. So it's interesting that they took this route a second time. The online uproar over the lack of recognition was also accompanied by the fact that, of course, a lot of the original creators of these dances are Black, and Jimmy and Addison are obviously not. According to the LA Times, one user tweeted, "Stealing from Black entertainers and having white creators regurgitate it to the masses is American History 101. The Tonight Show situation reminded a lot of people also of back when the Jalea Harmon controversy sort of stirred up, when she, of course, the original creator of the Renegade dance, was not getting credit for the dance that was being popularized by so many creators at the time. Their following was going up to the millions, and she, the creator of the choreography, was not getting that much fame or that much exposure for that matter at the time. And she, of course, was the person behind the trend, behind the movement. You mentioned this earlier. TikTok is the app of creation, right? People create things, people duet the things, people redo the things, put your spin on it. That is literally the environment of the app, and that's wonderful. It's created, a lot of entertainment, a lot of, career paths for a lot of people. But where is the line drawn, right? Like, how do you celebrate someone else's work without not giving credit where it's due?
Yeah, Fiona, this is such a tough conversation to have because obviously TikTok is all about you're recreating something or a trend rolls around and then everyone's kind of doing the same thing. But when it comes to these creators with millions and millions of followers, all eyes are on them. They're the influencers of TikTok, and they should be setting the example for everyone else. When it comes to someone like Addison Rae, she's only known for kind of being cute, being pretty, and doing these little dances in front of the camera. Now, no hate to Addison, but the original creators of these dances created them for a reason. They are dancers. They kill these dances. They are absolutely amazing in their choreography. And then to see someone like Addison just do the dance kind of like not as well as the original people and get all of this fame. And, she's a millionaire at this point and she's younger than both of us. So it's hard to see that happen while the original creators are just sitting there and it's like, okay, everyone's using my dance. Now, as a dancer myself, dance is about sharing. It's kind of rewarding when you see other people do your dance. But when it comes to them benefiting and profiting off of your work, that's where the line is drawn for me.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, there's something to be said about like popular dance moves. You see them pop up in a bunch of different dances, right? Like there is something about sharing that creative energy that is totally great to see. And I think everyone celebrates. But there are certain moments like a Tonight Show appearance, right? Where as a creator, you want it to be known that you are the spark of this movement, of this dance, of this trend. So it does get very complicated, but it's good to keep having these conversations. So hopefully we can, figure out the way to handle this so we don't keep ending up in these situations. Addison did just break her silence following her appearance on the show, saying about the creators of the dances, they're so talented and I definitely don't do them justice. They're amazing. She also went on to explain that the original creators were credited in the video's YouTube posting and said it would have been hard to credit them during the show. She adds that she loves and supports all of them and plans on collaborating with them once the world opens back up. Now, she said it would be hard, to have given credit on the show. I'm like kind of racking my brain. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, would it have been, could we have done this? I mean, how can TikTok or popular users figure out a way to acknowledge the creators effectively if they're going to, be in the spotlight for someone else's work? I mean, Jimmy's holding up a sign with the dance on it. Could he have not put, created by blank below the title? I mean, I'm just thinking like, would it really have been that hard if we just came up with a system? What do you think?
I don't think it would have been that hard to credit them at all. In fact, I think an appearance on The Tonight Show for a TikTok creator is actually the perfect opportunity to give credit where credit's due. She could have sat down in an interview and recognized where she come from, how she started, and the people that got her there, which would have been these original Black creators. She could have easily said that. Like you said, it's a great idea for him to even put originally choreographed by on the cue cards. And I just don't think that having the creators in the credits was enough. I think it was kind of a pity thing. I also don't really know if it's definite that those credits were there when the original YouTube was posting. I feel like maybe they were added after people started saying something. I could be wrong, but there was a lot of room for opportunity for the creators to be credited. And, it just reminds me of that situation with the Renegade. The original creator was actually brought on the Ellen show, I believe, and she got her own segment of, she got to perform the Renegade. And again, that creator absolutely killed the dance better than I've ever seen anyone do it. So I think when it comes to talk shows and these appearances, it's much easier to say, hey, this is my inspiration for what I do on TikTok. So she could have easily done it. No excuses here.
Yeah, and not to criticize Jimmy Fallon's creativity or his team, but I have to say, like, just circling back to the awkwardness of it, right? Like, it feels like you've got Addison there. She has a new song, that has its own choreography. It's her own, entire thing. And granted, she did perform that, but like, of all the things they could have done, why this segment, right? Why a segment that literally has her highlighting other people's work? I totally get, there are TikTok trends, but it feels like with all the creative games and challenges and things we have seen people come up with, first of all, this one didn't quite work for you. I totally am with you on having the band play the song. That's not quite the same, right? It was very quiet. Like, seems like they could have come up with something better. Overall, just in general, this wasn't necessarily the best version of, what Addison could have done on the show. So definitely a learning experience, definitely, a conversation that's important to be having, and hopefully we don't find ourselves here again. We come up with a better way to give credit where it is due. On that note, you guys, we want to know what you think of all of this. How did you feel about Addison's performance? How did you feel about the segment? Let us know down in the comments. And if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any future videos. As always, I'm your host, Fiona Zaring. I was joined by the wonderful Gianna Gravelisi. If you want to come say hi, our social handles are on the screen right now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.